Hey, hello! Good afternoon, welcome to this brand presentation. It's a pleasure for me on behalf of Ethernet Shine Productions. To have collaborated on this brand, we hope this proposal is to your liking. Thank you for your preference. I am Joe, the person in charge of delivering this brand presentation. Well, we recommend you to enjoy this video with some snacks to make a presentation a bit more enjoyable. So without further ado, let's begin. Let's start with the briefing, a fundamental part of development of any brand. That's why there was a strong emphasis goals and target audience of the brand. Sunset River Ranch is a company with wide free spaces for rent and all types of events. This location features has a huge indoor and outdoor space, with a capacity of up to 120 people indoor and outdoor green areas accommodating up to 350 people or more. The appearance of our brand is elegant, modern, and family-oriented, both in digital and physical environments. Thanks to the information provided by our client, we conducted a filtering process to decide on the target audience. In this case, will be adults and teens accepted. Therefore, the needs of our target audience must align with the brands, a readable, simple, and minimalist brand with character. However, we must not lose the elegance that we can stand out in social events, digital advertising, or physical. During this filtering process, we observe that target audience suggested by the client, which leans towards a more family-oriented scope. However, by including a kid audience, we will disconnect significantly from the elegance and minimalism, as this audience tend to prefer more vibration, colors, and simple figures. As a result, we decide to prioritize adults and teens because, to be honest, a child can afford this type of expense as such. Well, the development of the brand is quite accommodating with all types of audience, and we don't rule out this type of public either. Now we have a better context of the brand and know our target audience. Let's analyze the computation. We conducted an extensive analysis of the brands provided by the client. However, we haven't chosen only 3 of them for this presentation. The ones we notice have more character or points that our brands should be concerned about it. Precisely chosen because it also features an outdoor space. With various services, green areas, good photographs, and a capacity of 200 people. We proceed to analyze their websites. As we can see, they have a sort of logo or illustration, which is being used to the website. Moving on Facebook page, as we mentioned, the rest are just photos. We don't see any graphical elements incorporated into the brand. Now, let's look at their Instagram page, which is actually quite empty. There are very few posts, and these are not very relevant. Moving on to the next brand, a brand that has plenty space for all their requests. Around 2,500 people. A very strong brand, as it features excellent photographs, good designs, and even a video clip. We'll also take a look at the video clip. As we can observe, we have quite decent shots, time-lapse, contextual shots that add significant presence to the brand. Here we can already see what an interior tour will be like, but we will stop the video here. This brand also features 360 degrees images. We can analyze that this brand holds its own very well in digital environments. We continue to observe the facilities of this brand. And finally, we can see the location of the establishment. We look at their website. The website is one of the best we've seen in terms of computations. It's clear that everything is well structured, elegant, professional, and modern. It's a website that stands out and shines compared to all this competition. We notice that they also have videos of social events, which significantly helps clients to have a clearer perspective of what their social events will be like. We also have the location. Moving on to their Facebook page, here we can also see that they have excellent photographs, interactions with the audience, their email, and the necessary details on page. Now, let's analyze their logo. Moving on to their logo, we can see that their logo goes unnoticed to a great extent, as it's not commonly used in digital context beyond their Facebook picture profile. It is not often used in other photographs. Now, our last competitor was chosen because they also have outdoor spaces, green areas, and even a small lake, which add significantly value to the service they offer. Here we can observe that they have something resembling a river, though we are not sure if this image is purely illustrative or actually part of their establishment. As we mentioned, they exhibit quality and elegance, connecting well with nature. Thus, they pose a strong competition for our brand. Moving on to their website, we can see their logo at the top of the page using brown and gray colors. An interesting color selection, as gray doesn't typically align with the service they provide. Lastly, what happens if we search for our brand on Google? We notice that there is in-depth competition. A brand that, although not offering the same services, has similar concepts. They have a logo with mountains, birds, and pine trees, but they focus more on animals care, particularly horses in this case. However, the name exists, and there are social media profiles. So analyze all the competition, we notice that the most competitors tend to use graphical elements such as mountain, hills, clouds, birds, and tree. They also use green colors that connect to nature, and some don't even have logos. Of course, we are discussing the analysis conducted on all brands, not just the three shown in this video. Taking all this information into account, the conclusion was reached to create a brand and logo that convey quality and trust, sometimes more modern than old-fashioned or conservative. The advantage observed from all of this were the elements of a sunset was innovative in this film, something not widely used. Therefore, there was no need to change the concept and the name was retained. Here we have the logo creation. We can observe a rather modern logo, simple and recognizable graphic elements. We also have a sunset. We can see those lines representing a valley or even water. This is a sketch. In fact, it's the logo, but on a small scale. We are talking about using this logo in super small environments, where graphic information needs to be very concise to avoid errors, whether in printing or in the creation of physical elements. Moving on to the font selection, we need a font that is versatile, allowing us to use it in a formal and professional document, from a simple document to an advertisement aiming to grab attention. For this reason, the Fira Sans Consens font was selected. It's a font we have been using since the beginning of the presentation to showcase its versatility. We can observe its different applications, different versions that serves as more subtle elements or something more attention-grabbing. Now let's discuss colors. For the color selection, we need a color that will be in harmony with the logo. We couldn't have a pink sunset that would be a bit odd. An orange color was chosen As we can see from color psychology, it has several aspects that work perfectly with our brand and obviously it aligns with the logo. This color evokes energy, creativity, strength, simulate desire, and it can also be associated with autumn leaves, something that we can indeed find in our location. Here we can see the logo with its typography and color. This is where we can observe how the logo, typography and color comes together, showing us the impactful result of the interplay of colors, typography and the logo itself. It's something which presents modernity, eye-catching, appeal, vividness and simplicity. Elements were created based on the logo to express different services or environments in which our brand is present. In this icon, a disc was incorporated, a clock referring to the time that can be spent. We all know that parties often extend into the early hours. A DJ turntable and a musical note were also included. We have a more natural element here, precisely referring nature. Lastly, we have a graphical element that associates community and obviously social events. Now that we are aware of the weight of our brand carriers and the choosing colors, it's time to see how our brand relates in both physical and digital environments. We begin with an advertising design displayed on the street. This design is more focused on this musical and joyful atmosphere, capturing the attention of the target audience, which is the teen segment. Next, we have its counterpart, something more serious and calm, tailored to the target audience, typically adults or families. Moving on to the textile application or banners, this design can also be applied, which will be placed at the entrance of the location. Consumable products that can be offered to our customers for events where our brand will be carried, increasing our presence and reducing reliance on external contacts. Continuing with consumable products, a good cup of coffee has to be on this list. This we are talking about a community event is the perfect way to spread our brand and gain organic advertising. We proceed with the logo applied to textile products for personal use. Remember, we need to stay in the customer mind throughout their stay. If we offer our clients a river for fishing, the last we can do is provide them with a towel for their water activities.
Celebrate, don't wait. Oh.
Moving on to the corporate badges for everyone,
You can't stop.
brand printing on paper.
Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate.
Here we have the application of the icon development initially. As we mentioned, sometimes concise and minimalist, an ultra elegant and professional contract that aligns well with the brand. Continuing with the brand printed in ink, we can observe the contract, a trifle brochure, a letter, a pin, the business card, and an ad book or agenda. Moving on to the business card, which look very elegant and contrasting in the black and white. Now, let's move on to a very elegant and age-catching advertising poster designing to visual attract customers.
Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate.
Here we observe the trifold brochures in detail, providing concise and direct information. This is a side A of the brochure. Here we have side B of the brochure, where we can see the content with various illustrations and the services, whether external or internal, that we will offer to all our customers. Finally, let's move on to the our videos dedicated to our target audience.
tone.
Lastly, let's talk about the results. As a result, we have an elegant, modern, fluid, and professional brand. It caters to people who want to relax or experience peace with their family, or those who want to be part of a great party and have lots of fun. A small survey was also conducted involving 20 participants. 10 young people and 10 adults. They were asked to analyze the two videos and tell us which one they like more. We can observe the results. In the first video, 10 adults preferred this type of video, while only 4 young people favored it. In this second video, 4 adults found this video more appealing, even though it's a bit more chaotic. Both the young people were fascinated by it. Hence, both videos work wonderfully for our target audience. There's nothing left but to express our gratitude for your attention and preference. It was an honor to work on this brand, where creativity and well-rounded decisions were taken in each step of the project, closely adhering to branding. This led us to achieve a highly professional and elegant brand to undoubtedly will stand out among its competitors. Typically, our brand presentation runs from half hour to an hour. Similarly, we will conclude with a question and answer session, which you can send through social media to address any doubt if you might have. Without further ado, from the entire Eternal Shine Productions team, we appreciate your preference and the opportunity to work on this project. We remain available for your questions. Thank you.